There, we evaluated the program on the record together, and there, too, there is Israel Space and Aviation. The Deputy Director General of the Office of the Directorate General was saying this. So now is the right time, if we join forces like this, the Greek Cypriot community. It doesn't say Greek Cypriots, it says the Republic of Cyprus. If we unite with the Greeks and Greece, we can kick Turkey out of Cyprus, and NATO's Article 5 will not be activated. They have such an imagination that no one will activate Article 5 of NATO. In the meantime, I would like to ask my friends to bring me a graph of NATO Confidence Index. It's a question of which country trusts NATO and how much. Of course, 30%. And we are one up from the lows. Turkey trusts NATO by 30%. Greece, 28%. Now, this Greece, 28%, does not feel very safe. If something happened at work, NATO would never help us. We already know how it treats the Turks. 1974, peace operation as a justification. Here's the most likely Trump right now. There is an impression in Greece that the Greek administration takes almost every step towards Turkey by asking Turkey. We do not trust NATO. 28%, this is very low. What do you say, Mr. Gazer?
Ms. Zainur, I wish for once. I swear to God, I think that at the time he had evaluated more comprehensively this re-inclusion in the military wing of NATO. If only we were. Again, it was a manifestation of our goodwill. Because we, Greece, let's act together, let's be in the same alliance. We have never seen Greece as a threat. They couldn't be. That's another thing. Let's come now. Why the Greeks do not see NATO as a shield for themselves. Because here, look, that's what my commander just said. Enough to think that Turkey might attack them. They are detached from reality. And in general, anti-Americanism is something that has been with them since the past. When we look at the Syriza governments, this distrust of NATO, they actually have a different psychology within themselves, of course. But frankly, they probably think that basically if Turkey attacks us, we'll be out in the open. No one will come to protect us. But one, Turkey will not attack you in any way unless you attack it, unless you start something provocative. And you are not the reason for Turkey's armament. It is the eastern and southern borders and the permanent instability there. The constant instability in the region since the 90s. I mean, these Greeks take it upon themselves, but we don't have a problem with the Greeks. Maybe that's why they have a little bit of a problem. And as I said, anti-Americanism is not a big thing. In our case, when we look at it quite normally, when has NATO ever stood by us? I mean, when we were threatened from Syria,
Never.
The men arrested the air defense systems like they were kidnapping goods from a fire, excuse me, and left. Let's not say we were caught in the middle, but within the framework of NATO solidarity, NATO alliance. Now, when we look at this map, most of the countries in Central Europe are still financing the PKK. I mean, we are in NATO, by the way, so my commander will evaluate this much better. At all times, we are a country that has actively supported it since 1952. In return, look, you know the 4th article for a moment, but we are a country that has not heard the 5th article when we perceive a threat. In other words, we formed the southeast wing of the bipolar world order during the Soviet Union for years. We had the longest border of the Soviet Union. We have experienced very serious problems from time to time, especially the Jupiter missile crisis. Despite this, we have not been actively involved in NATO and have continued to fulfill our duty properly. But when you ask the public about trust, we have discussed this together in your programs in the past few weeks. I mean, in case of an attack by Israel, would NATO protect us? Now I look at what people write on social media, for example, it is not possible, it will not protect us, it will leave us in the middle. There is such a perception, but this perception was not formed from today to tomorrow. There is such a perception for all the reasons I have just listed.